Hi, you guys. So I just dropped a short, and I basically said in that short that wives, let your husbands choose your friends. I said that. And I have a comment that I want to respond to, but I want to respond this way. So, because I'm sure there's a lot of women who are trying to understand why would she even say that? We can use our own wisdom. Like I said in the video, women are going to be shouting from the mountaintops that we can choose for ourselves. And I said, you very well can choose for yourself. But this is, well, let me read the question. Garcelle says, this isn't to bash what you're saying in this video in any way, but I think this is too much. A lot of people think it's extreme. My views, but honestly, in the world that we're living in, we have to be extreme to combat the extremism that's happening right now, what's happening to our society, and how women see being a wife is nowadays. That has become extreme. So you kind of have to fight it with extremes. But let me go on. Maybe I'm not understanding this correctly. So if I could get an explanation, that'd be great. I understand submitting to your husband and letting him lead, but why is it better for your man to choose your friends instead of a woman using the wisdom of her own, which has probably come from experience to choose friends? I'm genuine, just curious, and want to understand. First of all, I just would like to applaud your question and the respect that you gave me in that question without being belittling, without shooting shots and all those crazy feminist things. I appreciate that, and that's why I wanted to spend the time to actually thoroughly answer your question. So today I happened to do a show called Wife Life, and it was with Fem Sapien, Security Boss, and Rebecca Barrett, and we were just talking about being a virtuous woman and how that's a threat to feminism. And this is what brought this upon, this thought across my mind. I even brought it up on the show that we as women, we are natural followers, and the people we surround ourselves with have a lot of influence on our lives, whether we like it or not. That's just how we are. We mold into the environment that we are in, and that's just who we are. That's how God created us, and there's nothing wrong with that. And that's why we need the protection of our fathers and the protection of our husbands, from father to husband, to have that headship and that leadership to guide you with life. And I came from a place of experience when I said this, because there has been many times that my husband has warned me of certain women, and because of my soft nature, because of my empathy, and because of the grace and forgiveness that I carry, I would tend to overlook things, even though my own discernment is saying maybe not, maybe she, but I don't like to go to the extreme, like, oh, I gotta cut her off, and there's been many times where my husband was like, I don't think she's good for you, and I would argue him, not in a disrespectful way, but I would defend her, and he will say, all right, because he doesn't force me. He gives me the wisdom. But as I'm growing in wisdom and as I'm learning, my husband tends to be right 9 times out of 10. 10 times out of 10, honestly. I've never had a moment where my husband gave me a red flag about somebody and he was wrong about them. So I just believe that God gives our husbands a certain type of wisdom that really protects, that gives them the ability to protect their family, to protect, even our emotions. We are emotional creatures, and he's like, he's thinking about the future, and that he's gonna be the one to pick up those pieces. He's gonna be the one that is gonna be there when I'm disappointed of how this relationship happened, or whatever happened in that relationship, rather it be jealousy, envy, or just plain, oh, she just wasn't the right type of friend because she influenced me in certain areas, even though I disagreed with her and told her how I felt about certain things. Just being around that can impact the way that I see life and the way that I even treat my husband or my kids. So it's very important to know who to bring into your life and who to let in on that level. And our husbands, because have become one, it affects him too. It affects his family and his peace of mind as well. So I say, let your husbands choose your friends because they want what's best for us. They want what's best for them and their family and the marriage as a whole, because they don't care too much about you having friends. They just want you to be able to balance having friends while still being a wife, while still being a mother. So it's very important that you listen to the wisdom that your husband gives you, and because a lot of times they see things that we don't. They see things that we don't even see, or they foresee things that, the girl could be perfect. We're great together. We have fun together. We get along. There's no jealousy. There's nothing there. But he sees, oh, she has these type of tendencies and they could influence the way that you think. And a lot of women don't want to hear that. They don't want to hear that. What do you mean? Do you think I'm not strong enough to stand up for what I think is right? And I'm clearly, I'm sure that you can, but why even go down that route where you have to do that, where you have to deflect or repel these bad influences? And as the leader of your home, as your personal security guard, your covering, he's there to protect you spiritually, mentally, emotionally. And as a man, they take that seriously. I think it's very important for us ladies to take their wisdom seriously. So that was the whole point of that message. Yes, it's extreme. It was meant to be extreme because this society is extreme. Feminism is extreme. The mindsets that a lot of women have due to the media and the indoctrination, even good virtuous women they struggle in today's society because there's so many influences telling us to be the opposite of what we should be. So take into consideration what your husband says about friends. And I will go as far as to say, let him vet your friends. Let him pick your friends. It will save you a lot of heartache. And it will prevent even issues within your own marriage. All right. God bless. And I hope you receive that message well.